Once again, welcome back to Rodeo Today. Here we are with a little more Frontier coffee, and we're going to talk team roping, NFR team roping.
Everybody's favorite event.
Okay. You threw me off on that one right there, you son of a gun. Yeah, that's usually when I go to the beer stand, but I ain't going to know. I got a lot of friends at team roping. That's the only thing I'm capable of doing in rodeo anymore today. But the team roping over the years is my fantasy rodeo downfall. I've never, ever, I mean, I guess I'm your death wish. If I pick you, you're fixing to go down because I can't.
It's never been my long suit
I
either.
can't pick my nose. So it's kind of like me picking football games. If I pick 5 this week, you go the other way and you're going to win money. I mean, that's pretty much the way it works. Looking at what we got hot off the presses from KC Jones, there's going to be a split champion. There's so many guys, and here's what I'm talking about. Let's say Dustin Esqueeza is going in the lead for the championship of the world, and Junior Noriega is going in the lead for the championship of the world as a healer. So they could be the world's champions, and they don't rope together, which it happens a bunch, and I guess it's happened a lot, but it happens more than you would like to think. I mean,
but if you get a pair that gets hot out there, who knows?
Well, exactly. They could come down. You get somebody like Tyler Wade, Trey Yates. They rope together all year, so if they have a good finals, they're both going to be the champs.
Right.
But you get Dustin and Travis have a good finals, and Caleb Driggers and Junior Noriega have a decent finals, then you're going to have split champions either way. I mean, you let Caleb, he could be the champ with Travis Grays, and Dustin could be the champ with Junior Noriega, excuse me. Noguera. Well, he knows that's what I call him anyway. He's a good guy. Or you could have Eric Rogers and Peyton Bradis win it all like they did last year. I mean, that's what you're looking at. And how can you not? Clay Smith, Jade Corkill.
Oh, yeah.
They got enough. They ain't got as many gold buckles as Speed and Rich, but they're right behind them. I mean, them guys are awesome.
Tons of valuable experience out there, too.
But yes, I mean, them guys are awesome. I mean, the team roping up at the top, I think is going to dominate this. This is one event. We've picked them dark horses all year. I don't see except one dark horse that's going to get in there. And we're going to go down this list a little more, but let me tell you the teams there. We got Dustin Esqueeza with Travis Grace, Eric Rogers, Peyton Bray, Caleb Driggers, Junior Noriega. Noguera. There you go. Clay Smith, Jade Corkill, Clay Trine, Jake Long, Tyler Wade, Trey Yates, Cody Snow, Wesley Thorpe, Clint Summers, Ross Adford. Now, I got a pain to pay, so y'all just bears with me just a little bit while we do a little changing. And we went from Brenton Hall and Chase Trines together. Here's another world's champion. I said that, but, Wren has never had a lot of luck out there, but he's roping with Jeremy Bueller, Here's the only dark horse. That Derek Begay is such a great header. And Brady's my best bud. And for Riley not to make it and him to go in there and get Derek, I think Brady, they could be the dark horse, in my opinion. I'm not saying any of these other can't, but that's my opinion.
Right.
And I think that Derek is as good a header as anybody out there, and Brady is tremendous. Been there, I don't know how many times, but a bunch.
Yeah.
And they're every year. Now, Andrew Ward, I'm not really familiar with him, roping with Buddy Hawkins. Buddy's been there a couple of times. And these Coleman Proctor, his guy in Megan, he's with Logan Medlin. And Quinn Kessler's roping with Joseph Harrison, and Joseph Harrison is poison out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, that's the backside. And a lot of them are split. They ain't roped together. I mean, how would you like to go to the finals with somebody and they probably all rope together in jackpots, and they're going to have 60 days to get ready. How long does it take? It ain't like rocket scientists. I mean, everybody ropes good. So they're going to get together. But in this team roping, year in, year out, since they've moved to Vegas, that head horse is the ticket.
Yep.
Even back to the days
yeah.
of T-Woman and that yellow horse, that horse could be running straight and just lope around and turn and get that clock faced and everything, because it happens so dang quick. So dang quick.
So quick out there.
And that, we go back to the other page, Dustin, and watch real close between Dustin and Tyler Wade. They sometimes, it looks like they throw the rope before they leave the box. And sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get caught doing it. I mean,
it happens quick out there. We all know that. I'll have to pull from old buddy Coleman Proctor. Used to work with his dad, Keith, back in the old days.
I forgot about that.
I got to pull for him.
Well, they're going to have a good set of steers out there. They're back in Thomas and Mack. That was one event. I didn't see a big change at Arlington versus Thomas and Mack. Arlington, when they set the arena up, they set them bucking chutes in there pretty close. And them guys, I would have thought in that big arena at Arlington, if they'd have moved the chutes away from there, they could have got more room. And a lot of times they got into the bucking chutes more at Arlington than they actually did it at Vegas.
Yeah, or the wall at Vegas. Yeah.
Yes, but you're going to get into that wall pretty quick. So, it's a deal. When it's there, you throw it and not. Let me ask you a question. Are we going to have two teams get 10 times? You're going to ask this later in the bull ride, so I'm going to hedge you.
That's a good question. I mean, gosh, every year seems like, and it seems to become more prevalent each year, that somebody goes out on a steer out of everybody there. It's hard to get a time on 10 steers out there.
By the way, a while ago we was going to Google something. We're back. Let's go over that NFR payoff. Since we got a little time right here, and we'll talk about that. We found out, we don't know exactly. We're going to get it sent to us.
We're looking at the 2021 payoff. I was able to pull that up off the PRCA website. 2020. I got that payoff. And and that's where the go-rounds are paying $26,231.
Okay, and what did that average pay?
And the average pays $67,269.
See there?
Now, that was last year. So right at 3 times what the go-round pays is basically
and that's what I'm going to in this deal. You don't get in a position, I don't care if you're Dustin or any of these guys, and you're in there in that 10th go-round, and you're not going to get what I call them 2 checks. I mean, that last day, you got to be in a position to get them two. Because if you look down there, drop down, does you have it, what, third in the average pays?
Third in the average pays $43,000.
That's twice what a go-round pays.
Yeah.
So, okay, but what does fifth pay?
$22,000.
There you go. So fifth in the average pays what a go-round pays. So if you win a go-round and you win the average, the last day of the NFR, you can take $50,000 and move up. $50,000 on the last day, and that's winning fifth in the average.
Yeah, that'll move you a spot or two.
But there's a tremendous difference between $22,000 and $62,000. That's $40,000 between first and fifth. And that was the point I was trying to make early. When the money gets bigger, the spreads get bigger. And there's a bigger gap between that. In your day, first paid $3,400 and they only paid $4,000, and fourth paid $900.
Right.
That's only $2,000 gap.
Right.
Now there's a $40,000 gap, only because the money's bigger makes the gaps bigger, which makes it to where these guys can catch up. Mm-hmm. And then they can go in that last day, and it just makes it to where you got so many different ways to figure it, and the average is so important. And with that being said, they develop all of these theories about rodeo fans and that, and I think me and you's as big a rodeo fans as there is. I mean, I weigh over 260. That's a pretty big fan. Pretty big fan. But they've gotten to within a couple of votes a couple of times to try to change the NFR to where they're going to let the top 8 come back the last day with this super shootout and top 4 and with these huge payoffs and all that. And Don, I'm going to tell you something. Don't ruin a fan trying to make some stuff that somebody that ain't a fan understands, because they're not going to understand that. I don't tune in to the Masters to see who birdies 18. I know the format. I know what it takes. It's a long grind. Mm-hmm. There is nothing good could come from that change. There's a lot bad can come from it because, example, why would I want to go to the first performance at the finals if it has no bearing on the end.
What happens at the end?
You've competed there, you said 3 times. I've competed there 16 times. You can't win the NFR the first night.
No,
but you can lose it.
Yep.
You go out of the average the first night, you have got a long road to hoe.
Exactly.
With a bad attitude.
And it changes your mindset.
And the worst thing about that is you walk around out there at Vegas and all these guys bringing up stuff about the average. Well, you ain't riding good. Well, you crippled. Your horse ain't working. And all that stuff you hear when you're not doing good, it's the hardest place in the world to get off the snide. But I've been on the other side of it to where you're winning first, and like that year Mary had the golden year, you can't do nothing wrong.
Oh, yeah.
You need old Fluffy, you got old Fluffy. You need this, you got that. I mean, it's just, that's the NFR. Like you said, rookie, can you stand 10 head? Yeah. Isn't that what he's saying in that song? You know, there's a lot to that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess that about wraps us up on a team rope.
Well, the team rope, there's only one thing left.
The Wild Bramer Bull Riding.
We'll be back with that in a minute. Come on.